It says, holy shit, it is true serum. I just realized my last video ended just now. And what came out of my mouth is something coming, some sort of hard thing coming out of my mouth. I don't know what it is. I think it's phlegm. I don't know what it is really. I'm guessing it's some sort of hard phlegm. Because it's... Anyways. It was awful when it's in it, but Joe's Green one comes out, you know. So, now I'm reviewing the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I think from 2014. The first one came out, made by Marvel Studios. I guess it's a 10 out of 10. Easily, I love this. This is the Imax enhanced version of the Guardians of the Galaxy I'm giving that's exclusively was again on Disney Plus, which is the only place you can find a streaming service for some reason. You can't find it anywhere else, not even on physical. So, since this is a new video, I'm going to tell you what the difference between what IMAX Enhanced is for Disney Plus and why this is good and the other one's is crap, because two reasons: you can't see the full picture in every shot, and the color looks like crap for the regular version of the film versus the IMAX Enhanced version. Now, for the IMAX Enhanced version, you can see all the shots were shot in full screen and all the shots were shot in widescreen for those who are the ones that were shot in full screen. And because of that, the color looks beautiful and doesn't look ugly unlike the other regular release. Because of that, the film looks stunning and beautiful. I think that's enough said. Now I'm going to talk about the plot. So, Peter Quill gets abducted after his mom dies and doesn't take his mom's hand to comfort her. Feels guilt and travels to his adult days, that guilt. Then he runs into these, basically, misfits like him. One is basically angry and because of the loss of his daughter and his wife, Drax, the Destroyer, he goes by, they call him. And Gamora, who basically had her parents killed right in front of her by Thanos and then adopted her. Thanos did. So, besides the rest of her race. So, on her planet, from her own planet. So, in Rocket, the Rocket is a raccoon who doesn't really know he's a raccoon. And, doesn't know what a raccoon is. Because he's basically, he's basically an enhanced. He's basically some sort of enhanced, raccoon that's basically, kind of like a cyborg, but he doesn't look like one. He basically got experiments. It's like briefly explained in Groot, which is he's a talking tree that's a rare species, I guess. And he basically only goes by 3 words in a certain order. I am Groot. And they all run into each other through greed and get arrested and get thrown into prison. And all because of greed and their own selfish needs. Basically. And their own agendas, so basically. But during prison, they learn to bond. through the dilemma of basically saving the basically well, because they basically this one bombed because just by random coincidence, basically, because Star-Lord is Peter Quill. That's his outlaw name, his code name, basically. He's been trying to get big and get people to remember it, but nobody can remember it. And until the end, he just says, finally, someone remembers my name, Stalin. And actually referred to himself because he met him early in the film when he was stealing shit. So, anyway, after Peter saves Gamora treats Peter like shit. After many times, and treats like more shit. And before that, Rocket and Groot save Peter because for their own selfish, because he's worth money, lots of money. And so Gamora gets saved from Peter from Drax because Peter uses his common sense to basically convinces Drax, saying don't commit Gamora because Rowan's going to kill her. So don't do his dirty work, basically. And they basically work together to escape from prison, and it works. Escape from prison, get all this stuff. Gamora gets outsmarted by Peter because he didn't give her the orb that Rodan's after. Also, Thanos is working with Rodan and hire Rodan. Basically, Thanos more the head of boss. Until Rodan gets the most powerful person in the galaxy, until he gets a hand on the Infinity Stone and know what's in the orb, and Infinity Stone, and basically absorbs his power and puts it in his hammer, so he can now be the most powerful thing in the universe and kill Xandar, the planet where many innocent lives are there. And it's up to the Guardians, who is Peter Quill, Gamora, Groot, and Rocket, and Drax, to get their shit together and save the galaxy. Through the most uncommon of allies, which is the Nova Corps, which are basically alien police officers, and they're wanted fugitives, so he gets their help anyway. And because he made a really good point that he's not 100% a dick. Peter Quill did. And so they help him, and the rest of the Guardians. And Yondu helps Peter because by Peter manipulating him and basically telling him part of the truth that it's worth a lot of money. But he doesn't plan on giving it to him. In fact, he gives him a fake of the orb that doesn't have a fitting sword, but has a little toy inside. And he gives the real one to the Nova Corps, where it's safely guarded for many time until Thanos comes in the Infinity War. So anyway, so Rodan the Accuser, his full name is, gives them the name the Guardians of the Galaxy by mocking them in front of millions of innocent light and humiliating them when they're very beat up. And Groot is dead because he's decided to save his friend because that was most important to him. And his last words to Rocket and the Guardians that we are Groot. And Rocket has an idea to hotwire this gun, and you see all the guys see the same thing. And Peter Quill just starts dancing and singing to the song "Ooh Child" while it's playing in the background, and basically has a challenge Rose to a dance off and drag Gamora in, and she doesn't want to dance. So okay, subtle, take it back. Take very subtle, Gamora. So Rose says, "Why are you do?" It's like I wonder why he's doing that, because so he says, "What are you doing?" Because he has no idea why he's dancing and singing like something from Footloose. So he was trying to distract Ron while they hotwire the gun and fire it at the Infinity Stone where the hammer is holding the Infinity Stone, and it works. Then Peter Quill almost dies and holding the Infinity Stone, catching it before Ronan, and all the Guardians basically grab each other's hand and somehow survive. And and he says, Ronan says, how is that possible? You're human. And Peter says, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just like you said, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy, asshole. So they defeat him and put it back in another orb. And then the Nova Corps now have it, so yeah. The records criminals have been squeaky, now wiped clean. And now they won't wonder fugitives anymore, so they're free to go. And they basically made a new ship for them before the Nova Corps did. All of that to showing their gratitude. Make the ship look as much like the old ship that got wrecked and totaled that they had in the beginning from. So, yeah, that was nice. And, it's explained briefly that, he's not a Celestial. Well, his mother was from Earth. His father is something much more ancient, which is why he didn't completely die while holding Finstone by himself single-handedly. That explains, because they wanted to know what he is, so they basically scanned his DNA. They always take a look at his DNA and after he survived that suicide attempt, basically, and while holding the Infinity Stone and surviving. So. Yep, and that will tease into Guardians 2 when Ego arrives as the main villain, also his father. So, Yondu comments how his father was a dick, and saying that I'm glad we didn't give him to the father like we plan on doing. So, yeah. And Groot is basically reincarnating, I guess, because I guess he basically got reincarnated, I guess, because this baby Groot starts forming and danced to ABC by Jackson 5, and at the end credits, last end credits is Howard the Duck makes a cameo, and his fucking great. He's hilarious. Oh, thank God, he's hilarious again. And he's an alcoholic again. Like he should be. Unlike the Howard Duck movie where he was anything but that. Any of those. And he actually looks like a duck. Instead of someone that's dressed, some short person dressed in a duck costume. Like the movie Howard the Duck. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. You know, this does ease the pain that how back when we left. And he'd seen this version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the IMAX Enhanced version. So, I love this movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. I think I said it earlier in the video. Yeah, so, bye.